It's exciting because I'm working on medieval cookery based on D&D. It's out now. You can go listen to it on all streaming platforms. And for this event I'm throwing, I wanted to bring a D&D tavern to life, but it's going to be a tavern for one night. Typically, when you think about medieval cooking, right, you think the food is drab, no spices, no seasoning, but modern European food doesn't lean on spices as heavily as medieval cooking. Having spices like cinnamon, black pepper, saffron, clove was a sign of prestige, status, wealth, you name it. The meat has this dark red color, and that's because I dry brined it the night before. Now, you're supposed to use wine vinegar. That's what they would have had on hand. I don't have white wine vinegar, so I'm just gonna substitute using a little bit of sherry vinegar, which is a type of wine, and some normal white vinegar, and it all tastes approximately the same. I do recommend you do go for white wine vinegar. So I have the pressure cooker set to saute mode. So I have a little bit of avocado oil, a little bit of improv. Hopefully we get a sizzle, so enough flavor. Now it's time to saute the onions. And look, you can caramelize your onions as much as you want. So I'm gonna add my meat back in. And now for the moment we've been waiting for, it's time to add the Guinness. I'm just gonna add the whole can. All right, now that we have our stout in, it's time to add some spices. I'm gonna add some clove, cinnamon stick, a pinch of saffron. Back then, they would have used grains of paradise. It's hard to find, so I'm gonna use black pepper instead. Last but not least, some garam masala, moving it around, getting the spices incorporated evenly. It's time to activate the pressure cookers. I'm gonna be cooking it for around 70 minutes. Since we have 70 minutes to spare, I'm gonna work on a wine poached apple dish, a very popular medieval dessert, red wine poached fruit. Now, what was very commonly used was pears, but I'm gonna be using apples because I don't have any pears in my fridge, so apples are gonna work. Apples were used back then too. So we have some saffron here, which we also utilize in our stew. Cinnamon sticks, let it infuse into the red wine. I also have some cardamom here. We have some clove and black pepper in dessert. We have our red wine. And finally, honey. And I'm gonna add the red wine. I wouldn't do that. That's not safe. So definitely start with a pan cold and then add your red wine. I'm gonna add the fruit. So yeah, now I'm adding the red wine. This is a little pinch of saffron. I'm gonna add a cardamom pods, some cloves, a generous amount of honey. Now the liquid has come up to a nice simmer. I'm paddling the liquid over the fruits. Wow, that smells good. Whenever I smell it, I'm always taking it back in a good way. All right, our final dish is ready.
We're not gonna see the plate. We're just gonna jump.
All the flavors are very subtle. They're very much in the background. It's not overpowering. It is your classic stew, but with a little bit of a twist. I'm gonna keep working on this recipe until I get it perfect, but this was a great first iteration. That's a really interesting. I think the closest analog I could use is chai tea. That's the flavor profile I'm really detecting here. I'm Ashwin Gane, and this is how you make medieval style poached apples and red wine.